If you're a sports fan, make sure you go check out SportsCastr for all of your sports needs. Whether you're a football fan, basketball fan, or baseball fan, this app is the perfect way to get news for your team and is an app I personally use myself in case any of you guys want to check out my pregame, halftime, or postgame streams. I'll leave a link in the description below. What is up, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about a very popular topic right now surrounding the New England Patriots, and that is going to be Vikings wide receiver Stefon Diggs coming here to New England. Now, the past few days have been a little bit crazy here for the New England Patriots as a lot of rumors are surfacing around Stefon Diggs coming to New England, that the New England Patriots are in deep conversations with the Vikings to acquire Stefon Diggs from the Vikings. Now, for starters, a lot of you are probably wondering why the heck would the Vikings even trade Stefon Diggs, one of their best receivers? That wouldn't make much sense. These rumors have to be fake. Well, Stefon Diggs actually requested to be traded, mainly because he's not happy with how he's being utilized currently. In week 1 versus the Packers, he had just one reception for 49 yards. In week 2 against the Raiders, he had 3 receptions for a total of 15 yards. And then versus the Bears on September 29th, he had 7 receptions for 108 yards, which has been his best game so far this season. The Vikings are just not a totally put-together team so far, especially with Kirk Cousins having his issues. And then, of course, you have Adam Thielen, who is arguably their number one wide receiver right now. It isn't Stefon Diggs. They have a lot of other good weapons. So Stefon Diggs has kind of just been a little bit taken out of the equation. Of course, looking at the first 2 weeks, 49 yards, 15 yards. For a top receiver, those are not very respectable numbers, having just 11 receptions in 4 weeks for a guy of his caliber definitely is saying a lot on how they're utilizing him. Now, after Stefon Diggs requested a trade, it basically came out, a few days later that he doesn't want to be traded now, blah, 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 whatnot. And what I will say to that is take everything there with a grain of salt. We see many times, players in the NFL saying a bunch of crap and then going back on their word. I want to be traded. I want to go to a different team. And then in an interview, they're confronted about what they said. And then they're saying, this is where I want to be. I don't want to be traded. But then they continuously come out basically with little hints that they do want to be traded. Now, a former ESPN producer actually came out and was one of the top guys saying how the Vikings and the Patriots are in deep talks about Stefon Diggs. Okay, what he said is that he's hearing multiple sources that the Vikings and Patriots are in deep trade talks that will send wide receiver Stefon Diggs to New England. He also mentioned that with Brady being very upset about the team cutting Antonio Brown a few weeks ago, it is time for them to add another weapon for him. There has also been a couple of subtle hints about this. Stefon Diggs has come out with a couple of tweets and emojis that has just sent fans going crazy. He's also started to follow a couple of key Patriots players. Tom Brady, James White, just doing some things social media-wise, which is starting to gain some attention because it's relating here back to the New England Patriots. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, if they have been in talks for, a few days, why haven't we heard anything? Why is nothing confirmed? Why is he not on the team yet? And from what I can understand from the little bit of reports that have come out talking about this is that the only thing that is holding this trade from being finalized is the fact that the Patriots are dealing with some cap issues. Currently, they sit around $2 million, and of course, that's because of the issues with Antonio Brown. Brown's taken up between $5 and $9 million of the Patriots cap because they are carrying that dead money after releasing the star wide receiver. For this season, Stefon Diggs is set to make just a base salary of about $8.9 million. Now, if the Patriots did make the trade and the trade actually went through, this wouldn't be something where the Patriots just get Stefon Diggs for one season as a rental. They would be able to get him under contract until 2024. In 2024 is when he is set to become an unrestricted free agent. So if they do make the trade and you're including this season, they would be able to keep him for 5 seasons under contract. Now, with that being said, if they do keep him, next season, 2020, he would take up about $10.9 million. In 2021, it would be $11.4, and then for the next 2 seasons, it would also be $11.4 as a base salary. So if New England does want to add Stefon Diggs, which from what it sounds like it is going in that direction, then the biggest thing here is going to be having to maneuver that money around in order to sign him, because if you make the trade and you don't have the money, then it's not really going to matter. Now, as for that former ESPN producer, I believe his name is Mo Chanel. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. But this wouldn't be the first time that he has released breaking news before anybody else, before any other reporters have dropped this. He was actually the guy that first reported that the Steelers were trying to trade for Mika Fitzpatrick days before the official trade took place. So obviously, this guy does have some credibility, and again, if you're going to mix in the fact that Stefon Diggs did want to trade, things with him in Minnesota are not looking great, and the fact that he's had some pretty interesting moves on his Twitter account, things are looking like they're going in a certain direction. Stefon Diggs to the New England Patriots would make so much sense. He's so versatile in everything that he can do. Again, he put up respectable numbers in his time with Minnesota, and that was with some pretty poor quarterback play. Obviously, the Vikings do not have even close to the type of coaching that they do here in New England. So if Stefon Diggs does come to New England, I think that he could definitely have his career years here with the team, because he's going to have the best coaching and he's going to have an actual good quarterback throwing him the ball. Again, Diggs is gifted in so many different ways, which is why he would be such a good fit here in New England. He's a fast receiver. He has the ability to take the top off of defenses no matter who he's playing, no matter which defensive back it is. But not only is he good with speed, that's not the only aspect that he has, which is obviously good. The main thing that he has that I think sticks out about him is going to be his route running. He's super elite when it comes to the route running, very crisp, runs great routes, very good with cuts. And really, that's the big thing here when you're coming to New England. If you can get open, if you have surefire hands, and you run good, crisp, exact routes, then that's all Bill Belichick, but more specifically Tom Brady, is looking for. Diggs is just all around a very well put together, very complete wide receiver, one of the most complete wide receivers in the entire league. And he also brings an aspect of just being able to get open. He's really able to get separation from defenders, which is also what the Patriots need. It's something that they're lacking. It's something that they had a big issue with last season, which is why no receivers were open. That's the same thing that happened here against the Bills. And obviously, Stefon Diggs is just another type of receiver that would have to draw attention from defenses, and you're not going to be able to cover Philip Dorsett, Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman, and Stefon Diggs at the same time, so obviously someone there would be able to get open. Really, the worst part about this entire thing, and the biggest thing that could be a potential killer for Stefon Diggs to the New England Patriots, is going to be this money, because sadly, the New England Patriots placed all their bets on Antonio Brown, a guy that only spent a couple of weeks on the roster and is now out of the team and is taking up $4.5 million in dead cap. And because of him taking up that much money, the New England Patriots are really swimming around in their cap, not really being able to make the moves that they'd be able to if, let's say, Antonio Brown was still on the team, or if they just never had signed Antonio Brown at all. Now, New England definitely can still create some cap, but it is going to be hard for them to do so. Some moves are definitely going to have to be made if this is going to happen. So while a deal is not set and done, the potential for this is definitely there to happen, but New England's first going to have to figure out how to make this work financially. But that is going to be it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on these crazy rumors flying around about Stefon Diggs to the New England Patriots? This is definitely some stuff you guys have heard about too. I mean, my DMs have been blowing up. My comments have been blowing up. I wanted to make a video about this for so long, but if you've been a fan of my channel for a while, then you know when I make videos about certain guys, I mean, for example, Antonio Brown or Josh Gordon, whenever I make a video about them joining the team or coming back from suspension, literally right after they come back. For example, I made a video on Josh Gordon coming back, and then right after I uploaded it, what happened? Josh Gordon was back. Same thing happened with Antonio Brown. I said, should the New England Patriots sign Antonio Brown? Right after making the video, the Patriots signed Antonio Brown. So for my luck, I will either be about to upload this video and they'll have made the trade, or I will upload this video and within a couple minutes, couple hours, they'll make the trade. But again, that's going to be it for this one. Please make sure you guys like this video as it really helps me and making more videos going forward. Also, make sure you guys subscribe as it really helps me and the channel out. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody you know so we can go to the Pages Global family. And other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.